then your dissent in the party has spilled over into the public. Your leader Rahul Gandhi has refused to take any position or responsibility. And then now you are totally isolated today in parliament, with regional parties like Jayalalithaa and BJD leaning more towards the BJP, towards the Modi government at least. Are you not worried? Do you just want to let the status quo continue now? Because the super NDA, which you scoffed at before the elections when we spoke about it, is practically becoming a reality. Sanjay, it is becoming a reality. I wonder if you're even noticing.
Arnab, let me tell you that I think Mr. Rao's statement that I just heard some time ago is the personification of arrogance that I think the whole of India must be watching when hearing him. I think the contempt that he has for anybody which is not part of the BJP is pretty evident in the kind of language he's already used. I mean, I can imagine an electoral rhetoric, but it continues even after the elections. The obsession with the Congress party. But let me answer, Mr. Rao, I didn't interrupt you, let me finish. The Congress party, Arnab, is far beyond the 44 seats that we have in the Lok Sabha. Let me just tell you that end of day, yes, we have lost the elections. I'm not going to take, umbrage under some statistical googly that the BJP would do, who had lesser vote share than us and had 116 seats in Lok Sabha.
Neither Naveen Patnaik nor Jayalalithaa have said they are opposed to the idea of allying or working with the BJP.
The point I wish to make, Arnab, just give me a minute. Arnab, just give me a minute. The point I want to make is we are not enervated or diminished because of the number of seats in the Lok Sabha. It is a short-term aberration. Don't forget, we still are in 13 states of India in governance.
The UPA's history, the Congress is falling apart.
Between now and the next general election, the party has got roots far beyond what will be the representation in parliament.
Narendra Modi wants to walk out in Maharashtra.
In a democracy where there
is a banner of revolt in Assam.
Where there are 120 crore
people. There is a banner of revolt in Haryana.
One voice, one individual voice, whether in parliament or outside, is enough to shake up an establishment. So having a brute majority with the NDA of 336 seats cannot give them the comfort. That is no guarantee that India is going to get a good government.
You see, first, okay,
performance.
Mr. Rao, respond.
Delivery.
This is the problem.
And you will make. I promise you. The 44 voices of the Congress party will be more loud and clear when parliament begins.
Sir, I'm really sorry, but while you accuse them of arrogance, I can equally say that you are also equally arrogant to think today that things have not changed. Opposition to the BJP is largely diminished. Why don't you understand this? Opposition to the BJP is diminished.
I'm objecting to the fact. 1 minute. I'm objecting to the fact that when you started this debate, you read it out as if you're reading the obituary or the epitaph of the Congress party. And I think that as a seasoned journalist,
Mr. Jha, don't get into the defense. No, Mr. Jha, it is a fact today.
The kind of numerical
Mr. Jha, forget the numerical thing. Look at the attitude.
You make a mathematical majority.
Look at the
mathematical majority is no guarantee of performance. Let's watch this government perform. We wish them the best of luck, but let's watch them perform.
No, Mr. Jha, you don't understand. You see, you're not being practical now, Mr. Jha. You're not being practical, Mr. Jha.
End of day, one minute, Arnab.
Okay, fine, Mr.
1 minute, Arnab. You can win in election.
I'll get Pawan Verma and the others in. Let's open up the debate.
On your sheer performance.
You see.
Not by bravado and not by the hubris that Mr. Rao has demonstrated on your channel.
Yes, Mr. Rao, you can respond please quickly before I go to Pawan Verma.
You see, what you are witnessing today is a statesman-like performance, a statesman-like attitude being shown by Mr. Narendra Modi. He has been on record. He had told you in your own interview. He said we have to work with all the states, irrespective of whoever is in power. So if BJD, if AIADMK want to partner with the government of India, every other state we would welcome. We want them to join the government of India in the rapid mission mode. We don't want to make any distinction between party A or party B, whether it is a BJP.
Mr. Modi, I'm asking you a question.
1 second. Please wait. Please wait for your turn. Please wait for your turn.
Mr. Omar Abdullah on Article 370.
Wait for your turn.
I'm asking you a question. On Article 370, will Mr. Modi work with Mr. Omar Abdullah on Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir? Because we are hearing voices of an attempt to abrogate the article unilaterally by your current NDA government. So let us see consensus in action.
There will
Listen,
be a
the time for
discussion.
rhetoric
Come on,
and empty
Sanjay.
motherhood and apple pie statements are long over. You have now already under test. You're already under performance.
It is your politics.
There is no honeymoon in politics,
It is the cynical politics of the
Get
Congress.
down to delivery.
It is
Get
the
down
cynical.
to brass tacks. Get down to reality.
It is your
and cut out your electoral speeches on the TV studio.
It is your
the people are watching your performance now.
Will you stop? Yeah. People are watching your performance for several months. So let me have my say. You have indulged in, the Congress party had an opportunity to do what the NDA is doing now. For 10 years, you have only played politics with development. You have you have shown discrimination towards BJP ruled states, towards opposition ruled states. None of your ministers from Tamil Nadu have even spoken to Dr. Jayalalithaa, who is the chief minister there.
We are not going to be
you have been playing politics.
You have
and that is the country. That is the reason why the country is suffering today.
Just please perform. You're still talking. Please perform.
You have played politics.
You have a big majority on your own.
We are performing. People are appreciative.
No, Mr. Rao, I'll bring some realism to your argument also, Mr. Rao.
Cosmetic marketing gimmick.
No. Mr. Rao wants people to believe that everybody suddenly wants to come to the BJP. Now, Mr. Rao, you know that is not true. The fact is that though you have the numbers in the Lok Sabha, there is growing worry regarding your voice in the Rajya Sabha, where you have only 42 seats of your own and the Congress party has 67. Now you know the total strength in the Rajya Sabha is 245, which means you are a fair distance away from the magical figure of 123. As of today, the NDA, and I'm glad you're listening now, because nowadays sometimes I get a feeling the BJP after the elections doesn't want to listen to anyone. As of today, the NDA has 64 Rajya Sabha members. So your move, you need Jayalalithaa. You need Naveen Patnaik. You need, no, forget that arrogance. You need them. You need them and you need them. And Kalikesh, isn't that a fact? That even the BJP needs the regional parties because of your precarious position in the Rajya Sabha. Don't make people believe that there is some kind of a wave after the election and everybody, there is some tsunami there's a post-election tsunami which is now, everybody is moving to the BJP. The BJP is not the atom and all the regional parties are not the protons or electrons or whatever that chemical combination is. Don't believe that you are the center of the political solar system. You are not the center of the political solar system. Sir, you won an election. Yes. Even before Galileo, even people used to believe that the earth is the center of the solar system. They were proven wrong. I'm just putting a word of caution to the BJP tonight.
Listen to my answer.
No, Pawan Verma, isn't that a reality? Pawan Verma, isn't that the reality today? That the BJP also needs the regional parties as much as the regional parties need the BJP. Pawan Verma.
We want to work with every party.
Pawan Verma.
Arnab, let me say that in victory, humility is a great ornament. So this triumphalism is not necessary. We've congratulated you. At the same time, let me say, it is shallow, rhetorical and myopic for the non-BJP opposition to believe that all is well. They need to go back to the drawing board. In Bihar, I can say to you, Mr. Nitish Kumar has resigned. The party has been meeting to introspect on what has gone wrong. I suggest other opposition parties, including the Congress, need to do that. Secularism cannot be projected as a substitute for governance. Secularism and good governance must go together, and it must be verifiably demonstrated. Bad governance cannot be a fig leaf for the projection of secularism. There are lessons to be learned. We will learn them. And we believe that there is a role for a constructive opposition. For the BJP to suddenly believe, as you put it, that they are the center of the earth would be to embarrass Mr. Narendra Modi and the mandate that they have won.
And look at Orissa. I refuse to believe that Jayalalithaa and Naveen Patnaik, after the kind of stunning victories that they have, in the case of Naveen Patnaik, also the sweep in the assembly elections, feel that they are more obliged to make Mr. Modi and the BJP happy. In fact, I would think that they would feel more independent today, because the BJD entire political strategy and their victory is based upon keeping a distance with the BJP. Mr. Rao, be realistic. Regional parties in India are not dead. And in fact, there are other regional parties which will say that by keeping away from the BJP, we did better. So I just want to go back once before I wrap up to Kalikesh. Kalikesh, there is this attempt to give an impression that after the elections, everybody bows down to the BJP.
So many questions.
Everybody bows down to. Is this really true? Is this really true, or is this just an impression?
Not at all, Arnab. This is a conjecture which a lot of people have made because the Chief Minister called on the Prime Minister. But let's not forget that in the past 10 years he's called on the UPA Prime Minister also. And it is his job, it is his duty to call upon the central government for the just demands of Orissa. And it is also the duty of any political party, no matter who they are, to work constructively for the betterment of the nations and work on issues and not oppose for the sake of opposing, as it happened in sometime in the last tenure. I think the level of arrogance in both the national parties, the BJP and the Congress, has taken a beating. Well, the Congress certainly has. And the BJP, for the first time, has ever won a majority. So let's be a little forgiving with them. I think they'll see that political parties go up and down. I think what is required here is to have a more mature understanding for democracy. We have a democracy of checks and balances. Even though the BJP has a majority in the Lok Sabha, they require consensus in the Rajya Sabha. And that is what the political parties need to work at. That's what the NDA needs to work at.
Absolutely. I'm glad we brought some realism tonight into the debate. I thank you all, gentlemen, for joining me on debate number 2 on the Newshour tonight.